How's it going, everyone? We're back with another weekly watch list. So we're back in town. Last week I was out of town. I actually went into the week thinking I wouldn't be trading at all, but I did have a little bit more time than I thought. So I did end up trading Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Just one trade each day, one contract each trade. Ended up with Monday and Wednesday being green days and Tuesday being a red day. But again, just one contract, so nothing crazy there. All right, so going into this week, we're going to be covering SPY, QQQ, and IWM. But before I go any further, I just wanted to say I hope you guys all had a good weekend and a good week inside and outside of the market. And thank you so much for watching and clicking the video. It means a lot to me. I hope you enjoy, gain some sort of value from it. Let's jump right in. So SPY, I want to start off with, obviously, it's a new month. So I always want to look at the monthly chart whenever it's a new month. I can't lie, it looks pretty bullish. I do notice the volume is a little bit light. So, we'll see. I do think it's likely that we'll be setting new all-time highs sometime this month. But again, no real bias, kind of just speculating here. 1 second. There we go. My chair was caught on something. Looking at the weekly, same thing on the weekly. We had this like doji here, which of course led at the top, which led to a pretty red looking week to start off, but a really nice recovery, pretty much all on Friday here. So again, it looks pretty bullish, but we'll see. Who knows? We could probably open up and we could just red down all the way, into this 500 area. So who knows where the market will go, but just looking at the price action, it looks somewhat bullish here. So let's get into the actual levels, okay? And again, this is all just my opinion. It's all my, my objective look at technical analysis. So it's completely up to you what you see. So looking at SPY here, all right, previous day high, previous day low, first resistance and support I'm looking at, but since we're already breaking over Friday's high, I'm looking to see this act as support before I move up to this 530.52 level, and then next is 531.42 level. Okay, above that I have the all-time highs. Below that I can see us bouncing here at this resistance or support, turn to resistance at this 524.70 level, and then below that I have the previous day low at 518. But below that I have this 515, 516 area, this whole zone here for a good bounce. That's going to be SPY. Looking over to SPX, again, I always just mark previous day high, previous day low. So this previous day high here and this previous day low here. If we get over this previous day high, long to this next level here at 53.16. But I do see us potentially bouncing here. This level has been really strong at this 52.57. So I do see that as a potential bounce area. And then below that, if we do break below, I have previous day low at 51.91. I will say 5300 has been an area of confluence recently as well. I just don't have it on the chart just because we have kind of gone through it so many times. But anytime there's a whole number, I'm always going to be looking at that number on SPX. So if we do, hold above this previous day high, I could see 5300 kind of being like a profit target before going up to this 53.16. So going over to QQQ, it's pretty similar on the weekly. Not as strong as SPY, but, we saw that huge buy up here. I don't know. It's kind of tough. Like looking at this with the volume being so low, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I feel like this has been a nice impulse move up. We could come down, test like a 50 or 61 fib here for a bounce. But of course, we'll see. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about most is, my levels on the hourly 15-minute, right? Previous day high, previous day low. That's been my bread and butter. It's been my system. So on QQQ, first thing we have is this trend line here, right? It's been making like a lower high every single day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm going to be looking for us to break over this previous day high and trend line before longing up to this 455 zone. Above that, I have 458, and then essentially just this all-time high supply. For bounces, we have Friday's low at 443, and then below that, really, I have 3 here. These are all just like lows on Thursday, Friday, Monday, 442, 441, and 440. So really it'd be like this 440 would be the strongest. That's really where I'd be looking at the bounce to be. So we'll see. And then over to IWM to wrap things up. IWM, again, had that really strong move at the end of the day Friday. Looking for a bounce here at this potential level at 203.95. It's been support, resistance. It's been a decent level so far, so I'm going to keep it on the chart. Below that, I have the previous day low at 203, and below that, I have 201.75 slash kind of more so this 201.15, this kind of zone down here. Above that, first resistance I'm looking at is 207.02, then this 207.62. This one's a little bit less. I feel like this will be the main level to watch. If we get over this, I'm going to be a little bit more biased to long into 208.19. This could be like a profit target, but this would really be my next strong resistance level. So that's what I'll be watching. Above that, I do have this 208 zone, and then this 209.44, and then above that, all the way up here is 209.77, and this 210.73. So it seems like there's a bit of resistance up here. Obviously, not all of these are going to hit and reject. That would be insane. So if I really had to pick my strongest ones, I would like us to hold previous day high and kind of push up to this first 207.09. And then really, I would say probably my next strongest resistance would probably be like up here at this 208.22. So rather than this here. So anyways, that's going to do it. If anything I'm looking at is on SPY and QQQ on the 4 hour. You know, we had such a strong impulse move that I will be watching for like a fib here if we do get any sort of retracement, right? So let's get our fib tool here, go from it's like just this candle here to here. You know, I see this 50, 61 bounce. I will be watching if we start to retrace, especially if we break below this zone and if I do decide to go short or, you know, purchase puts, whatever you want to call it. I could be using these as profit targets as well. So it's the same on QQQ. You know, that 4 hour was so strong. You know, that's the impulse move I'm looking for, right? So here, our low to our high, again, potentially bounce somewhere in here, all right? So I'll be watching those if we start to, you know, pull back. I'm not going to put them on there now, just so it'll clog up the chart. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider dropping a like, dropping a comment. Let me know what you think. And as always, I wish you the best inside and outside of the market. And have an amazing rest of your Sunday evening. And I will see you all in the next watch list.